Good evening, everybody. Harry Newhand here. January 10th. Wow, those days are going by fast, aren't they? January 10th. So I wanted to follow up on last week's conversation about prospecting and cold prospecting and learning what to say and how to say it and when to when you're out there out and about talking about your products or your business, your whole objective is to set an appointment. It's not to hammer them with all the facts and vomit information and try to close the deal right there. It's to set an appointment so you can talk outside of that environment. What I wanted to follow up with today, a couple of things. One is the fastest and quickest way to get to your goal. What I found for me was modeling. Finding someone else that's at a higher level than me, don't have to go too high, but somebody that's a higher level than me, that knew more than me, that was more successful than me, and if they were willing to hang around, get around them. I went to the events, I went to the rallies, and I met people. Now it's virtual, but you can still get in the chat and you can chat with people that, you hear their questions, you see their chat, and you say, well, that's somebody that, that's a good question. That's somebody that I've heard their story. I'd like to connect with them. And that's when you start communicating with them individually. You don't have, you can do a personal chat. You can look them up on Facebook and friend them. So there's different ways to do that. But I always up leveled. I always found somebody that was doing more than me, developed up a relationship with them, and got some ideas, shared some ideas, and I started implementing what I wasn't doing and started increasing my business. And the more I did that, the more confident I got, the more sales I was making, the more income I was earning. Then I found somebody else who was making a little bit more money. I was shy, believe it or not. I was shy, and I didn't want to go too far up because I was nobody. They didn't know who I was. I wasn't making any money. And that opportunity, some of you know, fell in my lap when I got invited to go on the road with some top money earners. That was because I was up leveling little by little for about a year and a half. And as I was up leveling and learning more, I expressed what I was all about. I expressed my drive, I expressed my commitment, I expressed my desire to learn. And that's why I got invited. So you never know where that opportunity is going to come from, but if you're all in, compress time. And there's never been a better time right now, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to raise your own personal standards. Modeling compresses the time. So if you want more, if you want to raise your standards, you've got to act the part and start raising your standards. So expect more from yourself. Expect more that you're going to do. My partner Eric talks about your intention. It's one thing to set goals, but do you have an intention to reach that goal? Do you have an intention to create the activity and the habits to reach that goal? And I believe we're all guilty to a certain degree of putting goals out there that our intention just, it's more of a dream than a goal because we don't have the habits or the intention. Like that Ferrari you want, or that house on the hill, or that farm with horses, whatever it is. We kind of put those things, and the older we get, the less materialistic things, in most cases for me anyway, the less they mean to us. They come off the list, and you're more about doing things, going places, meeting people. So what I want you to look at is, first of all, what's your intention? Two, can you model somebody? You got your goal, what's your intention? Can you model somebody that is at a higher level so you can start doing the things that they're doing? And one of my mentors, John Peterson, he had asked me, what do you want? And I gave him a number. I said, I want to make this much money. He goes, have you ever made that before? I said, no, I've never made that in a year, let alone a month. And he said, well, I suggest you do two things. One, find someone that's doing it. And two, if they're willing to teach you, hang around, do everything that they're doing. Implement it. Don't question. I was on the Platinum Protege call just a little while ago, and there was a young man on there who's been in the Platinum Protege for about 3 months, less than 3 months. He was an employee for his whole life, just became an entrepreneur, and he's so teachable. He's absorbing the content. And here's what's exciting, is he's not questioning it, he's not doubting it, he's not procrastinating about it, he's not thinking about it. He gets the information, boom, he inputs it, he starts putting it into practice right away. He's in action, and he's got I just closed the deal in the first 10 days of the month. One was for 10,000. He sells big ticket items. He put in two proposals, one for 20,000, one for 40,000. So he's got 60,000 on the books plus a closed sale for 10. So he's getting the information and he's getting into action. So I encourage you to goals, intention, habits, and model somebody. And then when you get the information, implement it right away. Don't think about it or second guess it. If it's working for somebody else, it'll work for you until you learn how to blend it into your personality. But just do it. Just go for it. So here's what I encourage you to do is serve greater. Serve more people. Listen more to the people that are doing it, that are working it, that are doing it, that are being successful at it. I don't so much try to teach them, but learn from them. Love more, develop more relationships, and everywhere you go, develop more relationships. Be focused on what you're doing. And here's what I want you to look at. Times are shifting. The what worked in the 70s and 80s, 90s, 2000s is not as effective today. There's a whole nother way of generating clientele. It was work back then too, and the people that did it back then went faster and went further, but it's more commonplace now, and I encourage you to embrace this. We have the mentality, and I was like this. I'm one of the first people to say that I did this for a long time. I made millions of dollars doing it, and and all those contacts are gone. All those relationships are gone because they weren't relationships. I was a transactional business owner, transactional salesperson. I was a transactional relationship. And I made a sale. I was great at follow-up. Did great follow-up, but it was always a customer. Developing up a relationship and developing up friendships was not in my periphery. It was business. Business is business. Friends are friends. Family is family. And some friends are family. And some families should be friends, and they're not, because they're not close. But I think you get the idea. The shift has happened to do business on the internet, to do business long term, to do business where you create a foundation of repeat business, of referrals. You really need to get into the mindset of, instead of being a transactional salesperson, is being a relationship salesperson. Instead of being a transactional network marketer, being a relationship network marketer. The relationship that I still have a few relationships from back then. They're not as close as they could be because of the way I did business. But it's something that I had to learn. Come flipping hamburgers at a restaurant. Everybody that came in, yeah, you're nice, and it wasn't fake nice. I was being nice. I'm a nice person, friendly person. But the friendships was very difficult for me to develop. And that has evolved and that has changed over the last probably 10 years. And so for a long time, I was very successful, but it was all transactional. Had a hard time letting people in. Whatever reason, psychological, business-wise, the way I was brought up, I don't know the reason. What I do know is that I've made the shift. Now it's all about relationships. Now it's all about giving back. Now it's all about service. How can I serve? I follow up with more people today that I don't do business with than I do business with. I follow up with them just because we've become relationship friends. And some of them were clients and not clients anymore. Some of them have never been clients, and we have that communication. And whether they ever become clients or not doesn't matter to me. What matters is I'm developing up relationships, and you never know where that could lead. It's certainly not going to be negative. It's certainly when someone knows that they can pick up the phone and call you because they're in stress or they're in a situation, they want some advice, that's a great feeling to have. So I encourage you to model somebody that is doing more, become more yourself, being service oriented, and focus on relationship marketing, network recruiting, or network marketing recruiting. Focus on relationships, and you watch how your business will start to flourish. If the people that you recruit, the people that you talk to, the people that you sell, if they get the feeling in the sense that you care more about the results they get on your products and services than you do about the money you make on the sale, they will order from you over and over and over again. Same thing with your distributors, your business partners that you recruit. If they feel, and they can only feel that way if you express that way, if they feel that you care more about them earning money than you do about the money that you're going to earn off of them, they will hang around. They will go with you. They will follow you. They will do exactly what you tell them to do. They've got to have that feeling though. So when they feel that, it's all about relationships. So I hope this helped out. By the way, I am doing a class this Saturday at 12 noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. It is a free class. It's a 2-hour class, and we're going to cover some awesome, exciting stuff. We're going to cover some more of this here, focusing on solutions instead of the problems, because the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck when you solve the problem. So we want to focus on solutions. We talk about the little things not being the little things, because the little things are everything. Talking about helping out. I mean, it's a packed 2-hour curriculum that we're going to fill. And then I'm also going to have probably half-hour questions and answers. It's a generic training, so we're not going to be talking about compensation plans or about products or company names. Generic, but it's for the entire network marketing industry. So if you're registered, great. We'll see you on Saturday. If you're not, register up. It's free. The link is right here below the video and on the previous post I have on here. And also talk to your downline. Get them on there because it's going to give them value. Talk to your upline. It's going to give them value because a lot of uplines out there, they don't know how to build and chase the business and drive it and help their people make money faster. So that's all going to be in there. And I want you to be ready to take some notes, questions and answers about any part of your business. What are you struggling with? What's holding you back? What's a barrier you're trying to overcome? What are some challenges? Are you saying the right things to the right prospect? Because remember, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So we'll teach you, share some things in there, answer some questions for you. So I hope to see you on Saturday. The link's right below. Spread the word. The more the merrier. It's going to be a lot of fun. Talk to you guys then. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.